hello. Hello. If you guys can't notice, we are in a different place actually. This is not where I typically do my lives, nor do I ever do face on because, well, I have my reasons, but main reason being my teeth. I'm very self-conscious about my teeth and not, you know, preparing really. I didn't do my hair or my makeup or anything like that. So then that just kind of adds to the nervousness, I guess. I don't know. It's odd because I'm not somebody that typically gets nervous at things. But when it comes to, sorry, I'm fixing a nail here. When it comes, and that's not even the right one. Woo! Just a minute. I don't know if Brandy's in here. I'm gonna pull her in here because I need to have her in here because I now need to go grab the right nail.
Got the wrong nail, girl. Girl.
Just a second. Just a second.
How's everybody doing, y'all? Hey, y'all. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm just kind of working. I guess I can't say I'm working and lurking, though, because I'm working and hiding, I guess. I see. Hey, Nicole and Jen and Sylvia. Yvonne! Hey, Yvonne!
Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, I had 2 nails fall off. I've had these nails on for almost, well, this is the second week. So they've been on for a little over 2 weeks. I usually can get them on for 3 weeks. But I might lose a pointer or a thumb because those are like my work nails, the ones I use for things. And I'm like,
Are
okay, I don't.
Are you
Oh,
still
go
doing
ahead.
that acrylic thing? Oh.
What acrylic?
No, I said, are you sorry, I thought something was making a noise. Are you still doing that? You know how like where to keep them on longer, you do like that acrylic?
No, I don't because it was ruining my nails. But that's not the only reason. The main reason is that, and I don't know, I'm no nail person. I mean, I just do them, but I could do a video, I guess. It's just, I have found a way to prep the nail with cleaning it really well, buffing it, rinsing your hands without soap. Not because soap, it does something. Then I use alcohol swabs on them, and I do that like 4 times. And then a dehydrator on the actual nail, so it like takes the moisture out of the nail. Then I buff them one more time, and then I go over it again once with the alcohol swab. And before I do all that, I clean out my cuticles and make sure they're all good to where when you put the nail on, you can actually you should be able to slide it under the cuticle a little bit. And if you can't, your cuticles aren't cleaned all the way. And so I have, with trial and error, have figured that out. And so now, like I said, I can keep them on, a heck of a lot longer. Now, I don't know where this one went. Oh, here it is. I was like, where does this one go to? But no, so they're purple. I really wish I would have thought about this in advance. Where's my camera? There it is. Wouldn't those have been so cool if I had made them like an Easter egg?
Oh, that would have been so
cute.
Cool.
Like just little lines. I mean, it would just literally, you would just have to make it like little zigzag lines, even just on the I don't do accent nails very often. I don't know why. I'm not a big accent nail person. My OCD bothers me with that. But every once in
I
a while
get you.
I'll do it once in a while. But I just thought that would be really cute, and I was disappointed that I hadn't thought of it before I put them on, because the other nails I have ready for the canvas for this event, since we both have been matching our nails to the canvases for this event. The other
Yep.
colors are not a pointed shape, so they won't look like an egg. They would look
Yeah, I've
weird.
got to make me some new nails. I have to actually make me some new nails for the event because I mean, I have my multicolor nails, which I'm not wearing right now, but
Right.
I have my multicolor nails, but like I really kind of want to experiment
Mm-hmm.
with like something different to make it look like eggs.
Yeah.
Because I don't usually wear the pointed ones.
Right.
So I need to kind of try maybe.
I go back and forth between the pointed and the. I don't do oval anymore. Like I know me and you used to like always do oval. I haven't done
Yep.
oval in forever. I usually do the point, or the one that's like a coffin. I think it is. It's straight on the top, and you know what I'm saying. The
Right.
long ones that are pretty popular right now. I like
I
that. I
can't
like those.
I
So
can't do the real law. I can't though. I mean
yeah.
like even for just unboxing, I'd be like, y'all want to go down to Crickle Town? And I'd be like, this, right, hold on. I can
It's
get in
not
here, I
easy.
can.
Try doing that 5 minutes after you put them on.
No,
Which
no.
is what happened with the unboxing of this kit, Springtime, which I have filmed and ready to go out, and it will go out. It's actually uploading, so it will be out. I'm gonna put it out tomorrow. So it's late, I know. I thought I had put it up, didn't, whatever. But
Life
I
happens. Life
when
happens.
exactly when I got it, my nurse was here, and I was so flippin' excited to open it, and because I wanted this one so bad, and I was so excited. So my nurses, they were laughing at me because I heard the knock on the door, and I was like, oh my gosh, that might be the painting. And I looked on my phone, and I was like, yes, and I was so excited. So the second they left, I grabbed it, put the nails on, like, because I had already prepared the nails and everything beforehand, because I was going to put them on anyways. So I put them on really quickly and was like, I am doing the unboxing right now. I don't care if a nail falls off, I'll glue it back on. But in the unboxing, you see me kind of look like being a little bit more like, trying not to rip a
I know
nail
that
right off.
that grab with the tippy fingers, not the
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like it is like the weirdest, strangest thing to try to
Yeah.
do that. But yep, I've been there.
And so, yeah, I was like, and I told everybody in the beginning of the video, I'm like, okay, I just put these on. And normally when I do nails, put my nails on, I do them in the evening. I've done them like literally right before lives, or like the first 10 minutes of lives even. But then I don't usually do them or use them for at least a half hour.
Hmm.
If not more, if I can, so that I know the glue really dries. But obviously the glue dried because I didn't lose a nail till today. And then I had one that was like the pointed one. It didn't come off. I had to take it off because I stabbed it. And then it, comes, if you hit it like this, then it comes up
Hmm.
on the back and hurts like you wouldn't believe. And so I had to take it off. There was like no, I was like, man, I'll just put a drop of glue, because I'll probably put the new ones on this week. And I try to give my fingers a couple days, especially if I'm doing magnets. I try to do my magnets on days that I don't have my nails, but I mean, I've had to do it obviously with both. So, okay, I'm going to open up this. I don't know if I actually can. Let's see. Hold on. Da, 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 da. There we go. Okay. I needed to see the comments, not just on my phone. So if I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking at the computer, which I'm gonna move a little bit. My son might have a hissy fit, but I let him have 11 guys over here.
Oh,
11.
11. Rip. No. Mm-mm. No,
All
that's
17 to 32. And Maddie was sick. Alex has friends that it's their gaming thing they do.
oh, okay. I got
Smash.
confused. I'm like,
Yeah, I know. I saw that on the face. I saw that. So it's like they do Smash Brothers and they do these competitions. Anyways, Alex really wanted to have one here. And I was like, okay, maybe me and Maddie can go to my mom's or whatever and hang out for the day and you can have, the apartment. Well, Maddie got sick this week and had a horrible cold and I wasn't going to allow her to go to my mom's or my grandma's and get them sick. And so Alex really, wanted to do it and convinced Maddie to let him. And I was like, can't you do it at Jesse's house, which is his friend who lives here in the complex?
oh,
And he's like, no, I don't want to ask him because I don't want to be rude, blah, blah, blah. Well, when Jesse was here, he came out to the living room because I told Alex, I said, sorry, honey, but if you do it, you're going to have to stay in the bedroom. Like, you guys are all going to have to be in there. There's nowhere else for you to be without bugging me or Maddie. And so, but Jesse came out and he goes, I'm so sorry. I'm surprised you let us all in. And I was like, it's not a big deal, And he goes, I told Alex I could do it at my place, but he said it's fine to do it here. And I was like, that little stinker told me he didn't want to ask you. And he's like, oh no, I offered. And I'm like, oh, so Alex got, I was like, I cannot believe you. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it was loud, hot in here. They had the door open. Then we had to air it out afterwards because we're talking about teenage guys and and then they had pizza and they thought 4 pizzas were gonna be enough. And I'm like,
for 11, but okay.
11.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So they gave me all the money they had. I ordered 5 pizzas. I ordered Maddie a salad because that's what she wanted. And then I ordered the cheese sticks and those like Parmesan things. I don't know.
The Parmesan bites, if you got Domino's.
Yeah. So the Domino's like $6.99 pizzas, that was like the cheapest way to go. So that's what we did. And because I had told Alex ahead of time, I'm not buying everybody food. I can't afford it. I can't do that. And so luckily we had like a $20 gift card. So we put it all together and I'm not kidding. So before the guys came out, I grabbed like 4 pieces, put it on a plate. So that way me, Maddie, and maybe Seth, if he wanted one, could have it. And they came out to get their food and it was gone. Like within minutes, it was gone. And I'm like, I even ordered you guys like extra 3 things. And I'm like, so yeah, Alex has some learning in the planning department. He also didn't he was supposed to do all the dishes right beforehand because like if people come to my house, I want it clean. And it doesn't bother him, I guess, but it bothered me. And so I catch him in his room. They're supposed to come at 1:00. It's 12:15, and he is sitting on his computer. I'm like, son, what are you doing? And he's like, Mom, what do you mean? And I'm like, you got people like coming. Like, what the heck? You have nothing set up. Dishes haven't even been touched. I'm like, if I was mean, which I should have been, I could cancel that because I told him those dishes needed to be done. So he got grounded the next day off of the computer because it was an agreement that we had. Anyways, luckily, like they didn't know he had to go in the kitchen for anything because I brought everything out. So, but still, it was interesting. And they stayed. Well, I forced everybody to leave at 8:30. So 1:00.
Okay. Y'all gotta leave. Bye.
8:30, and Alex said they'd be gone by 7. So it's a game that Maddie understood it. I don't, but he's like, you can't just stop like when you're doing a tournament. So I'm like, okay, you need to wrap it up. 7:15. I just need 20 more minutes. All right, hurry up. 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:30. I said, okay, it's done. I'm over it. They gotta go. I said, you can keep the two guys, the oldest guys that were mature and quiet. They were in their 30s, so they stayed till like 10. And at that point, Maddie was like wanting to go into the bedroom and go to bed. And so I was like, all right, you guys, you gotta go. And then Alex and them went over to Jesse's that lives in this apartment. And I don't think he got home till 2 a.m. I mean, yeah. So he had fun, and I'm glad because it's spring break. Like, you want him to do something fun. And Maddie was sick the whole week, so she didn't
get to enjoy her spring break.
No. Unfortunately, no, she did not. I started playing, she wanted to start playing Animal Crossing again. So I said I would do it, and I wiped out our island and started over. So I'm like, I need my tools, and they're not there because
you gotta re-get them.
I have to redo everything, and I didn't do that before. Because before my family, they had all been playing for a couple months. So when I got on and started, everything was done as far as like setup and everything was done basically. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I'm like trying to figure it all out, which it's the fun of it, though, In the beginning, though, it's kind of hard because you have to wait, and that's hard.
If I get the game, I'm going to have to figure out how that waiting works.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Alex bought it for Alex and Maddie. Maddie was like, I will contribute because she wanted him to play with us. He has his own Switch and didn't have the game on it. And you can't use it on more than one. They just make it that way. So they did it, and I'm like, well, you better play it because you just spent a lot of money on it. It's $65. It ain't cheap. So he has been playing it, and he, so, and I know when he spends money on something, he tends not to waste it, so.
Well, that's good. Hey, everybody that I didn't say hey to. Hey, guys.
Okay, yeah, I was going to go over and say hello because I was, like, not paying attention. Oh, yeah, I was going to move the computer. That's what I was doing, and I got totally off track. Hey, I think all I said was Alex might throw a hissy for moving his stuff, and then I went on a whole Alex tangent. Well, you know what? If you've never been to my live, this is how it goes. And if you have been here, you're aware and probably prepared that my lives don't go the way I or probably most people anticipate that they will. So,
hey, they're always fun. It doesn't really matter. They're always fun because we're with our Beth.
I hope so. Because I'm always I always get paranoid. I don't know why, but I think everybody does to a point, but I don't know. I feel boring a lot of times because it's not like I have much fun going on in my life, So,
well, let me just say, sometimes having a lot of stuff going on in your life is not necessarily fun either.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. There's some days I wish that it could be boring.
Yeah. No, I get that too. Mine is boring, but there are things that aren't boring but are at the same time. Like medical. Not boring because there's so much of it, but it's boring to hear about all the time. You know what I mean? At least to me. So, but yeah, no, tonight would be a night that if I drank alcohol, I would be pouring a little bit in my Sprite and having a drink or two because
well, no, we're gonna have fun and we're gonna be high on life.
And we're gonna get there at the end.
That's right.
I will say right now, the reason, I mean, not the only reason, because I love doing lives with Brandy. Like, we always have a lot of fun, and everybody else seems to have fun with us. So, but also I needed the support. Is I need to walk away for a second, mute my microphone for a second. I have somebody here that I know can like fill in. You know, she's like me. She always has something she can say. So just
Girl,
fill in
I can
that.
talk to a wall because that's what I do on a daily basis most of the time, it seems
I
like.
know. I do too. I talk to my TV and Maddie's like, Mom. And I'm like, what? She's like, and I'm like, I know. And she's like, you're saying it in full sentences though. And I'm like, I know.
What? Yeah?
When you're here, who do you think I talk to? I love thrillers and horrors and suspensefuls, and I'm always yelling at them because they're always doing stupid things,
I
stupid
know.
things.
Like you would think if you're like, hey, wait a second, there's a
Yeah,
killer coming in. Maybe I should think logically about where to go because they
right.
always make these like if the killers they go upstairs. Where do they think that they're gonna go if they're upstairs?
3 flights or 3 stories. I
It's
mean,
like that. It's like that Geico commercial. I love that one. I can't help it.
oh,
There's a
I love it.
car
The
that is
chainsaw.
running.
Yes.
Yes, and they're like, oh, they're like, we should get in the car. No, it's
Yeah.
a trap. Let's go hide behind all these chainsaws. Like, and even the killer's like sitting there going,
Why can't we get in the car? And that's what she says.
I
And
know.
then behind them is the guy with the chainsaw, and they're like, bah! I'm like, really? Come on now.
You just want to go.
Even
Someone,
cops, though. Even cops. Movie I watched yesterday, there was like a home invasion situation, and they were on the phone with them. You could tell there was a lot going on. They send 2 policemen. 2. So the guy's like, "Oh, the one guy's like, can I finish my sandwich and can you handle this one on your own?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm sure it's another crazy," even though they heard them on the phone.
oh
And they
my
go
god.
in, and there's this guy in a pig mask with a knife, and he's like, "Sir, are you okay? Are you okay, sir? Did you call for help? Are you okay?" And he's getting closer and closer to him. And the guy gets up and just, and I'm like, are you stupid? Like, draw your gun. I mean, come on.
Oh,
Anyway.
you see, someone's in a mask and it's not Halloween and they got a knife. They're probably not okay, and they're probably not thinking rationally.
And blood on them. Like, hello. I mean, Jiminy.
Yeah.
Christmas. It's just, but I find those movies funny. The ones that are so bad that they're entertaining to sit and just laugh at, and be like, what the heck are they doing? Because it's stupid. It's just so stupid.
Look, I love watching. Okay, so those are what I call campy horror, but
Yep.
I love watching campy horror, and I like watching um B-rated. Okay, that sounds so stupid because the acting is so
It's so bad.
horrible,
I know. It's so bad.
but it's
Which
so
makes
bad
it,
that it's good.
yeah. It's like when like a car wreck. It's
Yeah.
so scary and horrifying, and it's just terrible. But you can't look away. It's like you just gotta keep looking at it. That's what it's like. A lot of those cheap, stupid movies. And Maddie will be like, "If it's so stupid, why are you watching it?" Because it's entertaining. And for 2.5 years, I've done nothing but watch movies. I don't have a ton of options
Yep.
anymore for free movies. So yeah, I watch.
You watch what you can.
I rewatch things, and I watch the cheap or the free ones. That some are really good, some are great. Some have great story plots, but the the acting. Oh man. There's a note on the desk about Alex wanting his acne medicine. So I
Oh,
was like,
that's where. See, that's what
yeah,
happened.
I saw it and said acting and acne instead of acting. So he cut his hair today. I knew it was going to happen. He's been telling us, but I honestly didn't believe he would do it. Okay, so those of you guys who haven't seen Alex, if I can get it to, you know how like you have what do you call it? The cloud thing for pictures or whatever. And if you take it on one, you can take it usually transfers to. So I have 2 phones. So because I'm using the one right now. Yes, okay, I did. Woo, I can show you guys this. Okay. Hold on, let me see if I can I don't know if I can do this.
Hold on. I don't want you. Hold on. You still got to say hey to everybody. I don't want to get.
Oh, I do need to do that because otherwise, yes, I will forget and get so behind. Okay.
Yes, so let's get you to hey.
I need somebody in here that can keep me on track all the time. Be like, okay, do your beginning, do your middle, do your ends. All right. We have Bubble Crafty Corner, also Sherry. Hello, Sherry. Welcome, Yvonne. Hello. Sylvia. Hello. Nicole and Jen. Hello, hello. Yes. I saw that she had said the nose picking when we were talking about, I think it was the nails. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm sorry, but if you tell me you've never picked your nose, then I'm going to say I don't trust anything else that comes out of your mouth because everybody in their freaking life has picked their nose at one point or another. The difference is, do you do it with a Kleenex or do you do it and fling it on a wall? Like, that's the thing that makes it gross. Anyways. Sorry. Oh, my goodness. Okay. We got Allie. Hello, Allie. And Christopher. Hello. Debbie. Hello, Debbie. Working and lurking. What are you working and lurking on? You say the koala. I see koala bears.
On the actual camera.
It's got
Danny. Danny, come here. Oh, sorry.
What happened?
I was going to get you. You were finally going to get. You haven't gotten to see Beth, Danny. Come here.
Has he never seen me before? What? Now, boy, you better put the smack down.
And it's like,
you better go watch a video.
He comes on when he when he wants you, and I want him to come on and say hey to you.
Yeah, right. I know, because I hear all about him. It's like
I know. I talk about you all the time.
I know.
Come here.
Okay.
Please.
Ellie says I like the coffin tips. I do too. I have quite a few different shapes and lengths too. Okay. I just ordered some too that are short because Maddie's been wanting it. She's been wearing nails lately, and so I'm like, well, you need the short. I don't want. I just. Hello.
So here you go, Beth.
Hello, hello. Your mom forced you. She forced you in, huh?
Yeah, I had to make a deal.
Oh, hey, you want to see something funny? Mom, put the phone down and stand up.
Oh, Lord. Why do you like to embarrass?
To show how tall he is.
Here, let me just.
Oh, my gracious.
Let me scrape my back out some more.
Really?
How tall is Wayne?
Dad at his peak was 6 foot, but he has a 2 collapsed disc, so he's like 5'9" now.
Uh-huh.
I'm 6'1", and I'm still growing.
Still growing. You're tall.
And I'm 5'1".
Hey, hold on. Do you want to see something even funnier? Let me just grab one of my.
Oh no!
Shoes.
I swear, if that boy puts his shoes in my face,
you did it to yourself. No. Hey, Shay.
I just wanted him to say, "Hey." That's all I wanted.
Yeah, no, you got me to say, "Hey," but I'm also embarrassing you. Give me one of your shoes.
Don't take my shoes.
Oh well, my shoes are just if you're gonna show how small they are. You want to know what size shoe I wear?
Probably smaller than me.
I wear 5.5 or 6. And I usually wear, and a lot of times I buy my shoes in the little girls department because they're cheaper.
I wear size 13s. I can't buy mine in the kid department.
I don't
It
think
might
so.
hit my big toe.
I think it hurt more than your big toe.
Oh, he
You'd have
has
to
this
take,
thing with
you'd have to
his
like tape
toes.
your toes back or something.
And see, you talk about Alex cut his hair. He cut his hair, and I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
So
A
I had
lot of people are with
hair
Alex
that
too.
I had long hair that I could wear in a ponytail,
Mm-hmm.
and then I essentially buzzed my hair.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'll show you in just a second. Let me get through this real quick, and then I'm gonna show you the
Yeah.
picture.
Oh, thank you. I'll go to there.
Okay.
Whenever. Not tonight, because I've already.
Hello, Mary Lou. Christy, hey, it has been a long time. Oh crap, I just dropped Alex's microphone.
Ooh, ooh. Hey, at least you didn't drop it in the water, so that's good, right?
He won't
Look at
notice.
that. That's right. He'll never know.
Never know. Nope. Okay.
It's all good.
He uses it on my broken stand. I'm like, why are you doing that? I don't know. I like it. Okay, well, not my fault then. Yes, Allie, I did get a Discord notification, but the problem is it's not mine. It's Alex's, and I try to close it over and over, and it just continues to pop up. It drives me crazy.
How do you know you had a Discord notification? How did they know that you got a
Because
Discord notification?
the computer made us a bloop, bloop sound.
Oh,
Did
there's a specific
did you get that?
sound.
It was bloop, bloop.
Bloop, bloop,
Yes.
bloop, 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 bloop.
Yep, that's how they knew. Hello, Rochelle.
Oh,
It's
boy,
good to
that's
see you. I
nice.
don't know if I've seen your name. Sometimes I say that, but it's been a while, or yeah, my memory is not the best either. So apologize if you have been in here before and I said that before, but glad to see you because I'm working on Glass Mermaid. Just started tonight. First time using tons of enhancements.
Enhancement. Woo,
Yay!
woo.
Yeah.
We like
I'm so
enhancement.
excited to see it. I'm so
We love
excited to see it.
enhancements.
I love
Even though
seeing
I'm not doing any right now, but
I love when people start doing enhancements because once they do it, there's no going back. There really is no going back. You start seeing things that you're like, ooh, that'd be kind of cool, and you change things. And the one thing I do say is, the one reason I prefer squares sometimes is you can really change colors and nobody knows because it covers the entire section.
I know. And if it weren't for the fact that I'm trying to reduce how much money I'm going to have to pay to Tmall for my logo, I would be enhancing my Hannah Lynn. But I'm trying to reduce how much I gotta go get.
Because you got to get more for a different painting, which makes sense. You got to prioritize.
Yep.
Hello, Wendy. Says depending on what the maker is of the shoe, I can wear a size 3 to size 6.5. And the style definitely makes a huge difference because I have wide feet.
Yeah.
But tiny feet. And so if I wear a girl's, I usually wear a 5.5. And if I wear a woman's, I typically have been buying 7. Ever since I had kids, because apparently when you have kids, they flatten your feet a little bit and they widen out.
Yep.
So, anyways,
I used to be a 5.5.
In women's or girls?
In women's, I used to be a 5.5 women's, and I would always go get stuff at the kids section because it was like I want to say like a 12 in kids or something like that. But then I don't know and then now because my feet are wide too, I have the fatty feet. And so I has to go and get, I wear like 7.5 if they don't have them in wide.
Yeah. 7
and it's
wide
not because my feet are that long. I don't know. Something's happened to my feet.
I know. I have to have, I have to have a wide and the cute, like slippy high heels. I know I couldn't even do it. I have the foot doctor. I went one time with a ingrown toenail. I know, gross, whatever, but We'll move past that. Anyway, he was like, I have never seen feet so small. And my mom was with me and she like put her foot up and he's like, take that back. Because my mom's like a size and a half difference, but people comment on our feet, like strangers will comment on our feet. Like, oh my gosh, your feet are so small. And I'm like, I know,
Or how
I
about,
almost can't stand up. Maybe that's why
do
I'm so
you, do you
clumsy.
like the ones? Do you like, this is what I get all the time. How do you walk on those?
Or how do you balance?
I
I
just
get
want to
that.
go, I don't know. How do you walk on your, like,
Mm-hmm.
rip?
How do you walk on your 10 and a halves? You clown. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Only to the people who, if you belittle little feet, then, we got to give it right back. So, hello, Amelia. Welcome.
I don't know what the heck that
I'm
was.
nervous and overwhelmed and overthinking. Okay, so Debbie, what I always say to people, because I do get quite a few people that ask me, like, how to customize. Customizing is all about what you like and what you want. The thing is with customizing, okay, if you've been diamond painting for any length of time, at some point you have put the wrong color down on your canvas and you've had to get those tweezers and pick them off, right? So if you can do that, then when you go to customize and you don't like something, take it off and do something new. I do it all the time. Like, I mean, don't overthink it, seriously, because it's not as fun when you overthink it. Do what you want to do and then go back later and change it if you don't like it. That's my advice.
I'm slightly different. I'm slightly different as far as because my anxiety issues get the best of me. So I have to have I'd make a little cheat sheet that just says what stuff I'm replacing what with, just so that as I'm going through, I can go, oh, wait, I'm using something else for that one. And that way, if I'm like, wait, what was I going to use for that symbol? I always have it beside me and I don't have to, like, I
Think
already
about
know
it.
ahead of time.
There you go.
Yeah, I already know ahead of time what stuff I want to.
Right. So you can do that. There's no right or wrong way to do it. That's the thing with customizing.
Exactly.
You can do it however you want. But I always say, like, especially when you go to, one of the really good companies like Diamond Art Club, you don't got to do nothing if you don't want to. You do it exactly how they say, and it's going to come out beautiful. Customizing is just fun when you've been doing it for like more than 5 years, and and you get to express something that you make it your own. It becomes your own a little bit more. So I think
It becomes
that's
your
why.
little artwork. It's yours.
Yeah, it's different than anybody else that does it, and that's typically I think why I do it. Like, I mean, I haven't done much. I'll show you what I've done. Like I said, I'm not out in the living room, not at any desk where I could have it down to really
You've done
show.
more than me, chick. You have done a lot more than me.
So I am down to, let's see, on her face. No, okay. So you know where the tire swing is?
Yeah.
Tire swing is right here, over here. That's where I've done. So from here to here is what I've done. Damn. I am. It's hard to see because I can't zoom in right now on StreamYard. But
You've done more than me.
Yep. But still, you're not that far behind me. But I have the quad pearls in her eyes, which I love. And then the kite, if you can see the kite, it's supposed to be yellow. You see that? It's supposed to be yellow. I changed it. I changed it to AB yellow and AB pink. I mean, and that's the kind of thing that is fun. I also changed in her lips. Instead of the regular like light pink they had in her lips, I did light pink ABs. So it just added, you know,
Ooh.
a little. But I've got more I'm going to be doing with the slivers that I got from Timo. Woo, and I'm excited to do those. I'm also adding pink because there wasn't any pink ABs in this one that came with it. And so I am adding pink ABs because I have a ton of them. And so I'm adding pink ABs like in her dress and in her shoes, in her bow, and in the tulips. So that's the first part of,
I can't wait to see that tire swing.
it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna look cool.
Yeah, because I think once I see yours with the tire swing with those slivers, that is going to be the very first one that I've ever seen with those slivers. I've
Yeah.
never seen one yet.
Have you seen the border yet? Oh,
Didn't you do a white AB around the border?
right now, yes, but the border you can get, so it's a rainbow border. You know the quads from her. So you get all the colors. So you do a line of, it's going to be really hard to explain. You do a line of pearl, like I did, okay, the white ABs. Then you put one of the quads in there and you go around it with the ABs. You put the next color and you go around it with ABs. I'll have to send a picture to you or something.
Oh, yes.
All the way around the canvas. And it's like this beautiful border. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what canvas. I want to do it maybe on Faye or on the dragon. I can't remember what it's called. What did we call that one? I copied you. The rainbow.
Oh, the
Dragacorn. The
Dragacorn.
Dragacorn, because it has so many colors. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be beautiful? Like, oh, seriously. Tima is genius. She's a genius.
Oh, yes.
I love her stuff so much.
I know. I could literally spend everything in there.
Well, I did spend a lot of my birthday money in there already. So, I'm like, well, something I've been wanting, but I couldn't do. And so
it's the adult candy store for us.
Yeah. And the person that gave me the birthday money wanted me to use it for something fun and not for our bills. And so I was like, well, I really wanted this one, so yeah, we'll get it. Okay. Let's see. We have Bubble Crust or Sherry again. She's only 4'9". Oh, you're just an itty bitty. 4'11" and wears a Jen says she's 4'11" and wears a size 4 in girls.
Oh wow.
And Wendy says she wears a size 3 to 4 in kids. We gotta start like a small foot club or something. I mean, goodness gracious.
I know. Look at all those awesome people.
I know. Nicole says I can wear anywhere from 11 to a 12 wide widths in women's, sometimes 10 and a half, and I get that from my grandma. I was born no arch and no tendon. Ooh, no tendon. Ooh. That's got to be hard. So, I had a friend that wore a size 11, and as much as she hated it because she said it was annoying, she loved the shoe buying because it was such a rare size that they always had it because people didn't buy it very much. Now you go into a shoe store and look for like a 7.5, which is so average, it can be harder to find a shoe.
Yeah, see, because
my mom has
now
the same
that
thing.
I'm 7.5, it's harder to find shoes. When I was a 5.5, usually it was hard to find it. I would always have to get the display model.
Yep, but you could get them. But you could find them.
I could get the display model.
Yep, because nobody else. Yeah, it's a very small population of people. And Debbie, you can always message me, and Brandy obviously too. If you ever have a question or you just need a little bit of a hoorah, you can do this. Good job, you got it.
Yep. Whoa, what was that?
Nicole says, my doctor told me that babies are born with arches. I said, oh, I didn't know. I was told that they aren't because my kids are both flat-footed also, and that was what I was worried about. Oh, interesting. That is one I love about diamond painting. You can make it your own. Exactly. That's exactly, Sherry, the reason that I like to do customizing. Exactly the reason. Brandy sent you a picture of the border. Oh, Brandy, oh, so she just
I'll
sent
have
you a
to look
picture of
at
it?
it. I'll have to look at it after the live because if I
And the slivers are
click,
on there too. On that picture
if I
that
go
she
click,
probably has.
I'll lose you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but when you look at it, if it's the Instagram picture which she's talking about, it also right next to that shows where she put some of the slivers, which is what I've been
Oh.
looking for. Like I've actually looked for them like on alleys and all over the place. Like they've got to make this different shape, like a line, and when I saw that, I was like, that's what I wanted. That's what I'm looking for. And they're not too expensive. It's just you go through it and you keep saying, "Oh, that's only two. Oh, that's only two.
I know.
Oh,
You
that's
don't,
only two."
but it all adds up. And then it's like,
Uh-huh.
how did I put $100 in there? Wait a minute. I only got a few things. And then, yeah.
Uh-huh. And you have to. I always usually go through and like weed out things that I don't absolutely want.
Yep.
And I had $100. I had $100 for the birthday money, and I spent 60 of it in her store. So I still have some because I got to get some. I want to get some of the black silvers. But yeah, I'm excited. It's just and she's so great, and her stuff, you guys, go out so fast. It's like you order it and it's like, oh, handing it to you right now. It's amazing how fast her stuff goes out.
But see, I'm glad I don't live right there at T-Mos. See, that's why the
Good
retreats are dangerous. The retreats are dangerous because T-Ma's there with all her with her stuff, and it's right there. And that whole candy store thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you keep saying I don't need any more, and then they're like, "Hey, look, anything new they have, they always bring." And it's like, so we have this, and I'm just like, and there goes my resolve to not buy something.
Right. Okay, I'm going to show you before I forget. Come on, camera. Okay. I don't know how many of you guys have even seen him. We'll see how well you can see it. If I can get it in front of the camera here. There's Alex. It's kind of glaring, but can you see that? Okay.
Yep. See that hair. That gorgeous
in the
hair.
front, it's down to here. Now look at that. His hair. Down to here. And look how it's so curly and wavy. And now I didn't get a picture yet because he's like wanted to style it and he had somewhere to be. But this hairstyle that he got is a what's it called? Is it a fringe? Does that sound familiar?
I don't really know because I generally don't. I don't know. I just see all different kinds of style.
Okay, I think it is. But it's like hold on. I looked it up. Yes, okay. Now, some of these pictures of these guys, I don't even know why they're never mind. I'm not going to say that because that's mean. Okay. I'm trying to find one that looks like actually his, and I will show you his when we style it, but it's basically like similar to this in a way.
Wait, hold on.
So it goes forward and it's messy. Yeah. He cut it off. I mean, here's what it looks like. Here it is. Now, granted, this is not my son. Just FYI. But that's the haircut he got.
That is a drastic change.
Huge. when I saw him, I mean, I love it. It looks good. He looks good in any length. He's had his hair in all sorts of different things. However, it's such a big change. I just was, every time he came by me, I was like, it just surprises you because you're so used to it and it's always all over. And he never puts it behind his ears. So it's always like right here. And it's like he'll get food in it. And it's just,
He's
and of
still
course,
learning
like
how to do it.
right. And then he got a crush this in the last couple of weeks and has learned how to do his hair a little bit more. He's like, do you have any like product that would make it a little less frizzy? So I got him some like good shampoo, which is like avocado or I don't know, something like that. And some good stuff. So anyways, I'll take a picture of it though when he's home.
Yeah, because
And
I'd
his
be curious
friend,
to see how he looks.
one of his friends that came to the thing, he he's 30. He took Alex to get his hair cut, and Alex was like, well, how much is it? And his friend was like, yeah, don't worry about it. He paid for it. So when Alex came home, I was like, how much was it? And he's like, 35 plus tip. And I'm like, and he's okay, like paying for it? Because this is something typically like Alex would be like, hey, can I have money to cut my hair or something,
Right.
So it was just so sweet. He was he was a really sweet guy. He hugged me before he left. And those hugs now, okay, nothing against him, but like I don't mind hugging people, but the hugs that last too long.
Yeah, the kind that you have to do that. You do that back pat, and then when they don't
still don't.
catch on, you're like, thank you.
Yeah. And it wasn't just that, it was the amount of squeeze that he gave me. It was just like he's a very nice guy. He's married, so it was just like he was like really, he said he was really impressed with me for letting all of them come and be loud and just being cool. And they all were like, Alex, your mom is so easy on you. And I'm like, see, I'm telling him this all the time. But anyway,
You're
yeah,
like,
it was
Alex, you need to love me.
it was just one of those hugs. It was just like I wasn't prepared because I think I tried to pull back 3 times. He was just like, nope, I'm not done yet. It's just funny. But anyways, I was very happy.
I've had the
you know,
I've had the hugs where they come in to hug you and your arms are down and you're fixing to raise your arms up, but they grab you before and they flipped you up like this, and I'm like just dangling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had those many times, especially in high school. Especially in high school.
Yep.
Let's see. Sherry says that was a big chop for sure. Yes, it was.
Yep.
I had to convince him. I was like, you want me to take a picture. Trust me, you want to see like before and after, He's like, are you going to post it? I'm like, I won't post it unless you give me permission. Okay. Like I've learned not to post pictures of the kids unless I ask because Maddie's really sensitive about it and gets very self-conscious. And I'm like, people just like, family and people just want to see how beautiful you are. But she, I was trying to take a picture of Paco today, the dog we babysit, and it was on her lap, and she was like, nope, because if he does something really funny, you're going to want to show people. And I'm like, I promise, I won't get you on the video, because Paco won't, like, he acts like he wants to, like, rub on you, but he'll go like this. He'll go like, and he just keeps doing it. Whoa, that made me dizzy.
Oh yeah,
he'll do that constantly, and it's so funny. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're yeah. Paco's a little chihuahua, those of you that don't know.
He is a cutie patootie. Not as cute as Lincoln, but he's a cutie patootie.
Yes. Yeah. And
but see, the kids when they're like that, when they always ask, "You're not going to post that, are you?" Now, sometimes these are the same kids that are taking selfies and posting all kinds of stuff on themselves, and I'm like,
well, that's different. My kids
So
don't
it's
do
just
that.
me. You don't want no.
Yeah,
Oh,
my kids don't do that, especially Maddie. Yeah, she doesn't do that. So I've had to learn.
no, I'm talking about
Um,
my students because I'll take
oh, your
pictures of their. I'll be
students.
like, "Hey,
Oh,
can I
oh, oh,
take
oh, oh,
pictures
yeah.
of your lab project,
I
your
see.
lab
Okay,
project?"
that makes sense.
And
That
they're like,
makes sense.
where are you gonna post it?" And I'm like, "I'm just gonna post it on the school,
Yeah,
Facebook page to say,
right.
this is what y'all did for your project." And they're like, "Not unless I can do some little cool." And I'm like, "No, we're not gonna do no.
We're not gonna
This is
edit. We're
supposed to
just
be.
gonna. Yeah.
It's just a science project that I want, y'all to show what you made.
Right.
I don't
Not
need."
do something funny about it.
And they're like, "If we can't pose in the extra way, then we don't want our." I'm like, "Okay, fine."
Oh, somebody said my hair. Sherry said my hair was as long as mine and cut it off 8 inches. Yeah, that's a drastic change. And with Alex too, I told him because his shampoo that he gets is expensive, and I said, "Now, son, trust me. When you first shower, you're gonna use about 5 times too much because he has thick
Yep.
hair." And I said,
Oh,
"And your conditioner, if you use the same amount, then your hair is going to be oily the same day that you washed it." So I'm like, you need a half of a pea size of conditioner for the amount of hair you have now. Where before he needed a lot more because he has my curly hair. I straighten mine, but he has my curly wavy hair. So, and mine, I've gone from, well, I know you guys don't see it down very often. It's kind of dirty. I can only wash it when my nurses come, which I hate. But during COVID, at some point, oh well, 3 different times have cut my hair. The last time I cut it, it was, I want to say probably like here to begin with, and I took it to about here, and that was about 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. So I've got about that much grow out. Um, but I haven't got it professionally cut since COVID, just because I'm homebound most of the time, and my anxiety is so bad going places that like I have to take my anxiety medicine just to like go out, and I don't want to like I just yeah. I need to get that under control, and then maybe I'll get it cut, trimmed, something, I don't know. But
well, at
yeah,
least you're not doing. At least you're not doing the TikTok um, trend right now, where they're like. Now, granted, there's a hair guy that I on YouTube that I follow, and he does do hair cutting tutorials. But like, I
uh,
cannot tell you how many TikTok things that I've
mm,
watched where people. I'm like, what are
no,
you doing?
nope. I I won't do anything but trim mine. And because I want mine long right now anyway. But I've cut Maddie's, numerous times. The only thing I don't do is bangs. I'm like, I refuse to cut bangs because I just don't. I can't, like, you can't just keep saying, "Oh, I need to take just a little more off to fix it." No, because then you're like going to be up to here, and the child's going to hate me for a long time. So
And they're
I
gonna
did the
stick it, and
bangs.
they'll stick out to like here instead of
Hmm.
lay down.
I did her bangs one time, and they were fine, but it was so much stress. I couldn't do it again. Couldn't do it again.
Oh,
So, good night, Susan. Okay, so we are going to do a giveaway. The giveaway tonight. The giveaway tonight is going to be a $25 gift card to my shop. And I will say this, you are more than welcome to use it at any point. However, in the next 2 weeks, I have a lot of new stuff coming in. So, if you are if somebody gets it that has bought a lot from me, my suggestion would be to wait, because you might wish you had, because I have some really cool stuff that I don't have, and I haven't seen. I don't think anybody else. Some things, yes, like I'll throw it out there. Some of them, like I have lighthouses coming. I have what look like genies in a bottle, like the bottle,
Ooh.
And lots of different things. And if anything, if you want something that I don't have, let me know, because I love looking for things. I love a challenge too. I really, really do. I love a challenge. So, anyways, so that's just a suggestion. That's all. Just a suggestion. You do what you want to do. You can use it now and then buy more later if you want. I'll be perfectly okay with that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do the number thing tonight. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I want you to, if you are doing the Hannahthon, me or Brandy will make sure we get up a post right after this. And all we are, the only thing it's going to say is YouTube points 1, because this is your first chance in the YouTube videos, I believe. No, it's a second.
Yeah.
It's a second. So I'll say YouTube points 2, and in the all you need to do, and if you need to write this down, write it down. But I want the day you were born. So, like I was born on the 16th. But I don't want your whole birthday. Like I would put April 16th, but I want you to just say 16th, and then the first letter of the month, not the whole month, because I don't want it to be so obvious to people that didn't do it, and then they put theirs in and get points for nothing. So I would say 16A. Does that make sense?
And so I would put 16S.
Yeah. And so Maddie, her birthday's on the 21st of this month. So she would put 21A. Seth's birthday is May 10th. He would put 10M. Okay? That's how you're going to get your 3 points for being here tonight. And then as far as the giveaway goes, I think we'll just do the regular thing we do, which is how many people are in here. And then, so there is right now, it looks like there's 21 people in here.
Okay.
And so I think we'll go up to 30. Does that sound
Sounds good.
30? Okay.
Sounds good.
So we're going to go up to 30, and you do not start yet. Do not start until you see me in that chat. I will type it out. Don't put your numbers in until I've typed it out, because it won't count.
That's right.
And I don't want to be mean, but it won't count. Okay. So, I'm going to put start. You put your number in. You get one number. So that's it. Put one number in, and then it's whoever is the closest without going over. And I'm going to explain this just to be sure. If the number was, and I'm going to say a number higher so that there's no, I don't know. It's just that. So if the number was 63 and somebody had a 64 and somebody had a 59, 59 would win, because it's you cannot go over the number. Okay. It just makes it easier. Otherwise it's like, oh, who's closer? What if they're the same? And blah, 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 blah. So, it's the first person who says that number, I mean. So if you say the number, but you didn't do it first, then I'm sorry. So, so does that, hopefully everybody understands that. Most people I think do, because that's how we always, pretty much everybody does that. But I always like to explain, because you never know. You never know. And I will give you guys like at least I'll give you guys time. Basically what I do, instead of saying a number of time that you have, I just watch it. It slows down, you can tell, and then I'll give like kind of a last call type thing, and then my mods can help me find whoever it is. Okay, here we go. Go right ahead. Start is in, so that means you can do it.
You got the start. Go. Wait, what is that? That way. Go.
La 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 la.
See, you can sing. You can sing.
I didn't even just sing.
You can sing. You sing better. I sound like a dying cat who's had his tail stepped on.
That
You
was
actually
just like,
sound pretty.
well, I'm glad my weirdness sounds pretty because I do it all the time. I'm always like la 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 la. Like I don't know.
I know.
Can't be.
I
I'm not.
love when you I love when you forget that you've still got the recorder going.
And then I'm singing and
Because
yep.
I'm like,
You're just listening to me, and it's not usually a song that it's like just like, like, oh, I better grab my medicine, take it so I don't forget. Like, it's just stupid things. Like, it's just stupid. I don't know. And I'm always doing that. And Maddie does it too. We both are always just making sounds. Always. If I'm not singing, I'm humming. I'm always making hums. Even when I'm watching a movie, and unless somebody else is watching it with me, then I have the respect to be quiet. But anyways, okay. So I was also thinking, I know Easter is tomorrow. I might put a sale, like a 50% off sale on Easter stuff, so that way next year I can get new Easter stuff. I have some cute Easter stuff, you guys. I don't really need cover binders a lot because I like to do the paper more than the plastic. But I like to have them anyways because look at, they're so cute. Like, look at the pretty ones too. Look at those sparkly bunnies. And then
you just have your diamond painting buddies.
yeah, they're just my buddies. They just hang out with me and do the twirls. I love these guys. They're so cute. They're like the little best friend buddies. And then I love these ones, the baskets.
Oh,
Aren't those cute? So yes, I just have them out with me for fun. But I honestly, like, even though I like the other ones better, these are the prettiest because they're the gem sparkle.
I know. I love gem sparkles.
Yeah, I don't care. I know April's tomorrow. I mean, I know Easter is tomorrow, but I will be using my Easter cover minders the rest of the month, or the rest of the time I'm working on my painting at least, because yeah. Okay, so yeah, we've plenty of time. Everybody has put their number in, so I'm going to type stop. Oh, good. I'm glad one more person was able to do that. I'll do a 10-second. 10, 9, 7. I just went from 9 to 7.
I know. I was like, this is at 8, and then you said 7. I went.
I caught it at least. Yes. I really do know how to count. I saw the 17, and my brain's off tonight, you guys. It really is. Okay, that's definitely a 10 seconds. Okay, here we go, and stop. And your kite is the glow jellies, sparkles in it. Yes, in my kite, those are the jellies. Well, no, no, they're not actually. Hold on. I don't think that my kite, they're the jellies. I think. No. I'll send a picture to you on Facebook later. They're not the jellies in the kite. They're just regular ABs, regular square ABs.
And also,
go ahead.
Someone wants to know if they can still buy from you that green sparkly turtle with the movable head and legs.
Oh, I have more coming. Those are coming in the shipment that I just talked about. That will be here within the next couple weeks. I have, I think, green, pink, purple, brown and blue, I believe, coming.
Oh,
And those are the ones where there are little arms in the head. Yeah. So those, yes, you can. They're just sold out right now. There a lot of stuff now I'll say this. There's a lot of stuff that's coming back, but then there's a lot of stuff that's not because I wanted to bring in some new stuff. So, okay. I know this is really weird, but I went with I went with a number I had on a prescription that's in front of me. So the number was 15. So
15.
yep. All right.
Oh, someone had it exactly.
Shay, crafting with
Yep,
Shay.
crafting with Shay. Shay had it exactly.
15, right on the money. Perfect. Okay, well that was easy. Okay, so get to
Shay was on it.
Yes, for sure. So, Allie, I will either, if you want to, if you're on Facebook, which I think you are, Shay, sorry. I have got to stop. I have got to stop reading and talking at the same time. I can't do it. Shay, I believe you are on Facebook. Message me, or I'll try to get to you. If I don't hear from you, I will email it to you if I can. Because it's just the code. That's all you need is the code. You just put the code in, and it takes off the money. So, okay, Susan, I will make sure that I let you know. Crap. Hold on. Let me see. I'm not in my bedroom or I'm not in my domain, and so I need to. Oh man, if you didn't have 4 Bibles in this drawer.
But that's awesome, Shay. You gonna get something sparkly and fun? I'm sure.
Okay.
I love sparkly fun stuff.
All right.
You don't have. She doesn't have Facebook. Can she message you on Instagram? I know
yes.
you have Instagram.
I do have Instagram, and I will look for it because I'm not good at Instagram, but I'm getting better. Susan, I have you wrote down for that. So, and that basically what I do when somebody wants something that I know is coming in within the next couple of weeks is before I drop it, I let you know so that you can be prepared and get to it before other people. But I don't think you'll miss out because first of all, a lot of people have already bought that. Second of all, I bought quite a few, and there's a lot of different colors that are going to be coming. So, yeah, I don't think you'll miss out. Hold on a second. 1 minute.
Oh, well, I'm just glad I hope everybody's having fun doing it. We just love doing like fun stuff. What? Does she want what?
Hold on. I'm talking to Lincoln. Do you want food or you want to come in? Since you've been doing that the whole time. Come on in. Go.
I'm in love with Lincoln. I just love little Lincoln.
I'm right here. You good?
Oh, Margaret, you're leaving? Bye, Margaret. I hope everybody's doing well. Where's Lincoln?
Here he is. There's Lincoln. Can you see him back there? Yes, I heard him out there. And he's just sitting at the door. I open the door and he's laying there with his nose to the door and he's like, but it's like about that time for him to eat. So sometimes it's like, do you want me or do you want food?
No, I think he wants mommy because how many times have you been on the couch and you have your stuff beside you and he does that because and he's determined he wants up there with you and it doesn't matter what's up there with you.
Nope. He'll sit there with if my hand is the couch, he'll go, and he'll look up at me. If I don't move anything, he'll put one paw up. And then he tries to stretch up a little bit. And yeah, he's a turd. But he's so cute when he does it. It's so hard to resist him. And
I
his
know.
poor little leg, his leg is like, I don't know what he did again. Well, I do know what he did, but they said 3 months. It's been almost 2. So I don't know. At the 3rd month, I don't know. It's. I don't want to think about it right now. So
No, you're good. You're good.
I got a message from somebody. So okay, cool. From Shay. Awesome.
You want me to
Hello,
write
Dawn.
down?
Welcome.
You want me to write down that for you as well to keep track or to for our list?
Yes, that'd be good. That would be good. Is Lincoln more lovable or protective of you when you're under the weather? He is, I would say more lovable, but with Paco, he's more protective with Paco when he's here. Especially if like I'm riling Paco up, and then Lincoln's like, wait a minute, and he'll go from like, do I want to play with you? Nope, I want you to stop talking to my mom. Like, so it just depends, but he every time I get my wound vac changed, every time if he's here, so they have to come in the bedroom because one time there was a golden retriever who was supposed to be this wonderful service dog, and the nurse was doing something with the dog or with the patient, and the dog got protective and bit the nurse. So ever since that happened, dogs have to be put away. Lincoln would not do that. He would watch, but the thing is, as soon as he knows, like if they're like he knows that he's so smart but so stupid sometimes, but he knows the days they're coming, and when they call me in the morning to schedule, he watches. And the second I'm like, it doesn't matter what I say or do, if he knows they're coming, the second somebody is coming up here, he runs to the bedroom in here. I could leave that door open, he would not go through that door. Because he knows. There's been times I've tried to get him to leave this room to go lay with Maddie in the other room, and he's like, I can't leave this room when the nurse is here. He's very, very like, but then when they leave, the second they leave, he whines and I let him out, and he wants to check out my leg. He wants to smell it. He wants to be right there. It's like he's got to make sure everything's good. And I'm always like, yes, it's still my leg. Like, yes, it smells the same. And then after about 15 minutes, he's fine and doesn't bug me about it anymore. So
He just got to check on his human.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. And he is protected when I'm out. Like before I was sick and I took him to the field and I went outside with him, we'd be in the field, and if somebody that we didn't know was over there, he would get like between us and just pace and bark. And people of course always were nervous because he is, I don't know if you can see, but
he's a bigger boy.
He's 75 pounds. He's a big dog, and he has a very deep, dark sounding bark. So people obviously rightfully get nervous, and I never say like, oh, he's not going to hurt you. I don't know them.
No,
so I'm like,
that.
I always say, as long as you stay at least 10 feet away from me, you're all right. Don't come any closer because he won't handle that. Or he will handle that. And he will. There was a guy I knew actually, but he didn't know. And I went in to give him a hug, and Lincoln went between us and then just looked at me like, and I was like, it's okay, Lincoln, he's a friend. And then he kind of backed off, but he was still very like hyper aware. But yeah, when Maya was alive, they used to pace like this, like they would go back and forth like this between the people. And me, he just didn't, he got, and I always knew, people were always like, aren't you scared to be in the field alone? Like, how do you know someone's not over there? I'm like, oh, they know. It's the second somebody's over there, they're so far away most of the time I can't even see them, but my dogs are telling me somebody's in the field, So I never really got nervous, except for one time I listened to a horror movie book, or not a movie, a horror book, and I was listening to it while I was over there, and it was about like this person being stalked at nighttime, and it was nighttime, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm really stupid right now. And the other time I got scared was I was walking, and I'm always on my phone when I was walking, and I'm not kidding you, I turned around and the fog had gotten so thick I couldn't see the lights on for the apartment complex. And I'm like, I don't know which way to go. Like oh my gosh, it was terrifying. Eventually I came around this corner and could see very dim lights and just like walked that way. But that was probably the scariest, just because it was like, wait a minute. Because as soon as I turn around, I always would see the lights. And I didn't, and I was like, where did I just walk? Like it was kind of scary that time, but yeah, anyway. Okay. So William Moore level up. I already read that.
Joanna's here. Hello.
He's definitely more annoying though when he wants his food, rather than Jack. It's more like lovey-dovey and tries to cuddle you, like, maybe if I love on you, you will give me food. Lincoln just sits there and looks at you and whines and looks at you and whines and is like, I'm supposed to be fed at 8 and it is 8:03. Where is it? He knows when his he knows
like, I'm
when
not letting you forget.
No, he did not. Okay. I can't put it off anymore, I guess. First of all, I think I already said this, but if I do need to step away from the camera for a minute, which I need to figure out how to do that actually. Okay, I can do that. Okay.
Yeah, you should just hit the little mic.
Yeah.
Or cam or something.
So I am a person that gets very uncomfortable with crying in front of people and showing that part of my experience, I guess. I'm not really sure how to explain it. For the most part, what you see is what you get. I am very upbeat. I'm very charismatic, I guess you could say, and always looking, not always, I try to always look at the bright side of things, and I try to have the best outlook and remind myself this is not forever. Things could be worse. I mean, I see stories all the time of things, and I'm like, how can I complain about my situation when other people are going through things that are so much harder? Granted, I know that everybody and what they go through is important, whether it's a sliver in their foot that they have had and can't get out and it's really bothering them, to somebody who, maybe has, I don't know, COVID or something. Both are valid if the person's having an issue. But I still look at it as like kind of weak on my end if I show that sometimes. So this week, my doctor, one of my doctors, he said, he's like, that term, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. You've got to be that squeaky wheel with these doctors, because this is my Suboxone doctor. He's the one that does my medication that I've been on for quite a while. I see him every other week, and he was like, I could lose my job for this, but I'm just telling you, doctors are horrible. They don't talk to each other, and the communication between two doctors is really hard. he said, he works in the urgent care, and he's like, I literally had a patient that had, her doctor was upstairs, and I couldn't get her on the phone. And he said he had to physically walk upstairs to try to talk to her. And the receptionist gave him crap about it. And he's like, I'm a doctor. The patient of this doctor who was there sent her to the urgent care for a CT scan. They don't do those in urgent cares. So he's like, his point was like, doctors are really bad about talking to other doctors. So when your doctor says, I'm going to reach out to so-and-so and get this going, it doesn't happen a lot of times. And for me, it was 3 appointments where I was hearing that. And so he was like, you need to be saying, why haven't you talked to him? Why haven't you called him? Why don't we know this answer by now? You know? So also that's hard for me. When I'm at the doctor's office, I'm so good at doing the fake it till you make it that I don't think they see the hard part. Sorry.
You're okay. Beth, take a break if you need to. Take a break if you need to. It's okay. We've got this. We're all here for you too. We're right here.
It's been a long time that I haven't had something stuck to me, you know? And it's just like it wears you down. And knowing that I don't feel like just because I am an easygoing patient, that means that I can just be basically wait. Oh, well, out of sight, out of mind. She doesn't bother us. So, my doctor retired, the one that was my oncologist. So I have a new oncologist who I do like. She did one of my surgeries before, and I felt like she was a little bit more like proactive, because one of the times I was in the hospital, she came in my room and she said, have you and Dr. H, I'm not going to say his name right now, but talked about doing this debridement surgery? And I said, I've asked him about it and he doesn't think it's necessary. And she's like, no, it is. We're doing it tonight. And so I felt like she was a little more proactive with my care, but you can't really switch doctors very well when they're still there, because the other doctor won't take a patient from another doctor. And he is supposed to be this doctor, from what I've heard, like this amazing man who can move mountains and who people come all over the world to see. And I think he used to be that way, but he hasn't been. Now he's retiring. He's talked about how he's tried to retire a few times. It hasn't. There was 2 appointments that he was falling asleep. Like literally falling asleep. What you doing? Huh? Well, I know, but hold on a second, guys.
So she'll be right back. We now know this is hard that she's having to go through, but you know, any she just needs our love and our prayers and everything, because it's hard. But and this doctor, I'm telling you, I want to go to visit and have a little conversation with this doctor. So, anybody buy anything today? I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't buy anything today. Did anybody buy anything today at all? Anybody there? Or, okay, here she comes back.
Sorry. I had told Maddie,
You're
I said,
good.
I was like, if you want she was in the living room, comfortable. So I came in here because some of the stuff, like, I have a harder time saying with her there, just because I don't want to put it on her. She's already like somebody that she has anxiety for herself. So I don't want, I don't want her to, I don't know. I don't really know. I just don't want her to hear all of it, I guess. Like, she sees enough of it, but
but just know she is. Kids see more than we think that they do.
yeah.
But you don't want to put it off on her, so it's
Right.
understandable.
Yeah.
But we're all here
So,
for you, just so you know.
so
We love you.
I know. So that's why I was just
And I want to hog tie that doctor.
yeah, I do too. I mean, the last time I saw him in the appointment. Well, no, it was 2 times ago. He literally was like, when I was talking, like, I don't know if you can see my eyes, but it was like for a second, I thought,
No.
is he on drugs? Like, is he taking something? And then I could tell it was just, and my mom, we got outside and she goes, he was so tired, he was falling asleep in my appointment. So how is he doing my surgeries? And it's not, it's, in my opinion now, like, I do feel like it's negligent, because if you can't stay awake in an appointment, how are you supposed to pay attention to details in a surgery? Which he didn't. And the thing is that last surgery I had, and I think I even said it on here, the plastic surgeon that I saw, she said, okay, this is what we're doing, and this, and this, and there was a plan, and it was like, okay, I finally felt hope from it, and I thought, okay, with the timeline, like, I should be able to hopefully have the wound, because it would be closed, be healed enough to where I could start to rehab my leg in the pool this summer and be able to swim with the kids this summer and all that. So, hold on.
It's okay. You're all good.
Okay. Anyways, I don't like some people get grossed out, and I can't. If I don't blow it, I'll get a really bad headache. So, anyways, where was I? Okay, so I felt really like there was hope there, and we had this good plan, and the plan was that we were going to do what's called the debridement, where they go in and they take out the tissue that is abnormal, and so that way they can go in and put healthy tissue, because they actually I found out why the surgery is 8 hours is because they don't just take the tissue, but they take blood vessels and hook them together so that your muscles are actually like getting the same blood flow, which is more chance of them getting together and staying together. Because right now my wound has not healed since May. It hasn't changed at all since May. I have a ton of scar tissue, which she wanted gone. She was clear about that. When I saw him in the appointment before surgery, he was like, yeah, I might have to take more out because that way she has a good area to work with. And so he's like, just be prepared. I might make you, stay in the hospital for a night or two. And I was like, okay, I hate that, but whatever. I'm not a hospital person, as you all know, but whatever. Well, I went in for that surgery and I came out of that surgery. When I went in, the hole was 1 centimeter, every which way that you measured it. When I came out of that surgery, it was 4 centimeters. That was it. And he told my mom, he said, we put a camera down all the way down to the bottom, and the tissue down on the bottom is healthy. And he said, we should have no problem with this healing up. So tell me why it hasn't done that, though, in a year. And so as soon as he came over to see me after the surgery, I said, this isn't right, though, because the doctor wanted, all of this taken out. And he was like, oh, no, that's not necessary. And I was like, okay, what do you say to that? At the time, I'm groggy and, just waking up still. So, anyway, I get home. Well, actually, we looked at it right away at the hospital. And this might be confusing if you don't know about wound vacs, but wound vac 101 is between the suction piece and your skin, you have to have a piece of foam. Otherwise, it's just sucking your skin and you're basically getting a giant hickey. So you have to have this piece of foam where the fluid goes through and comes out. And I was like, holy crap, this person did an amazing job. The foam, we can't even see it. It's perfectly under the little suction thing. And I was amazed how perfect it was under there. And the time before, they messed it up. All right, I'm just doing it, you guys. If you get grossed out, plug your ears.
It's all good. Hey, we're all human. We do that too.
Yep. Anyways, so the last time they had put on the wound vac incorrectly, I reported it, and he was like, I'll make sure that never happens again, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, wow, they really did a good job. They had, and so we went home. It was hurting, but I just had tissue taken out. So what do you expect, So that was on a Monday. And by the middle of the night on Monday, I was like, man, this is like really weird. It's like hurting on my skin, not really inside. And so I pulled my pant leg down and I was like, that's weird. The piece that is the suction cup part was like half off. And I was like, what the crap? Like, why is that coming off? And that's when I noticed there was no foam. And that's also when I noticed there was no, so they also put this, it's called the drape. It's basically like this really thin plastic that sticks to your leg, and it's supposed to protect your leg. And then they put the foam on, and they cut a hole in it, put the foam over it, and then put the suction cup over it. So they had put the drape on, but they didn't cut a hole. And then they also didn't put the foam on. So the suction piece was sucking my leg and not getting anything out because there was no hole. Now, by the time I took it off, there was a pin-size hole that looked like from the tiny piece of suction. And within a day and a half, I was in the hospital with an infection. And I told them what had happened. And his nurse and the doctor were like, oh, you wouldn't have got an infection from that, though. And I'm like, Well, yeah, because it abscessed because it wasn't taking out the fluid for like, a whole day. And I'm not very good at arguing with people. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. But
No.
I have videos of it, and I have pictures of it dated. And it's stop it. I sometimes he whines when I'm upset too. So, anyways, I have pictures
Yeah.
and I have videos of all of everything that's gone on, just because it's just how I do things. I don't know. I didn't do it maliciously. I didn't do it to have proof or anything. The first time I took the video when the vac was put on incorrectly, I took the video to show Dr. Holbrook so he could show his text. Because we all know he didn't put the wound vac on. He does his thing and then he's out to the next person and the text put it on and blah, blah, blah. Well, but it's his responsibility to make sure everything went well. And he didn't do that. The first time I also had an infection afterwards. So then this time, I took the video to again show him what had happened, confront him what had happened. And then everybody, on here was like, you need to be talking to legal. And so I'm like, yeah, and I need to keep it for that too. Because this shows the negligence. And I am not somebody, you guys, that sues people. Because people are human. And they make mistakes. But this is the second mistake. And it wasn't just a mistake. But it was, 1, negligent. 2, he wasn't doing his job. And 3, he told me it wasn't his fault. And he basically blamed me. She told me, the nurse told me, he said, when I noticed something wrong, I should have immediately called for them to come put it on rather than taking it off and doing what I knew to do, which is something called a wet to dry. And I should have said it there, but I didn't. But if I call, because she goes, there's always the sergeant on call. Okay, excuse my language, but you are shitting me. If I call that surgeon and tell him, what is he going to say? He's going to say, okay, do a wet to dry and we'll get it on in the morning. And if I call my nurse, they're going to say, do a wet to dry, we'll see you in the morning. No one is coming to my house at midnight to put on a wound vac. No one in an ER knows how to put on a wound vac. They don't. Nurses don't. You have to have a wound care nurse, which they don't have at the hospital in the middle of the night. So for them to say, because I didn't call in the middle of the night, that's why, is a bunch of horseshit. It's like, so now you're blaming me for it. It's like, I know exactly what I'm doing when I do a wet to dry. I can do a wound vac. I can put my own wound vac on. I'm not stupid, and I'm very sanitary with it because I've had so many infections. More sanitary than some of mine. Like, if I have a random nurse, like, I'm like, oh, wash the scissors again before you use them, from one thing to another or whatever. Just anything that you can do to prevent a germ, like, around that area, I do it. And somehow when the nurse had accidentally, like, this was not her fault, and I will not sue her. I absolutely will not, because she did nothing wrong. There was a time where, and I know I told you guys, she was putting, doing what she was supposed to be doing, and the gauze got it. Basically, we took the swab out, and like on a Q-tip, the end of it was bald, and it was in my leg. she couldn't get it out. My doctor couldn't get it out. And within 2 days, or not even, was it 2? I don't know. It was like a day and a half, I think.
Yeah, it was about 2 days. Yeah.
I was septic from it. We called him the day it happened, and he said, "Oh, it's not an emergency. It should work its way out." No, it worked. So when I went in, because I went, and then he had me. So basically, my mom called 911 because I couldn't move, and I'm pretty good with pain. I'm like a fight through it, but I literally could not move my leg. So my mom finally kind of overruled me and called 911, and the paramedics told her she was right because I was extremely septic at that point. My heart rate was 140, my blood pressure was tanking, like my temperature was 104.3, and so I got to the ER. The doctor was treating me, and she called my doctor, and he said, discharge her and bring her here to the office, and so we can get it out. And the ER doctor said, I'm not sending her anywhere until she's stable. And so I was there most of the day. Then at the end of the day, I went to his office, and his PA first tried to do it. And it was the worst pain I've ever had in my life. They numbed it, but once you get deep, it hits a nerve that goes to my foot. And she couldn't get it out. And so she called him in, and of course he's, a surgeon, and he couldn't get it out. And he finally said, okay, I can't do it to you anymore, because I was screaming. I mean, it was bad. So the next day we went in, and he did the surgery and said, oh, you'll probably have a wound back for about a week, blah, blah, blah. I came out of that surgery with a huge wound because it had worked its way down to the bone rather than up. That should have been known ahead of time. He should have done a CT scan. He should have done something to see where it was before I was septic, not after. So there's been a lot of things. The nurse still says she has, like, when she thinks about it, it just makes her stomach turn. I was calming her down, actually, when it happened because she was so upset about it. It was not her fault at all. She did nothing wrong. It was the swab. If it was anybody's fault, it was the freaking swabs,
Yep.
or my leg.
It was a manufacturer issue.
Something like that. And now she uses it as a teaching tool because, she'd never had that happen. And of course, weird things happen to me, and I'm used to that. But when weird things keep happening and it's like this long after, I'm so tired and over it. And there's a part of me that doesn't want to sue is that part that I don't want to be like, I'm not sure what the word is.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You have been dealing with this for way too long. He's had more than enough chances. And
right.
You have given and given. No, because at some point, if he, at any of these times that you've gone septic, no offense, and I don't mean to get so mad, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm so mad that this guy has done this. Any one of those times that you've been septic, he could have killed you. It could have killed you. So
for sure. Yep. Well, the one time that the time that I was the sickest, I had woke up and it was 103, and I called them, told them what was happening, and the nurse said, well, when does your wound care nurse come out? And I said, tomorrow. And she was like, well, hold on a sec. She came back after 30 seconds and said that she talked to him and that he told her that to wait till the next day and see what the wound care nurses said. And I said, okay, but my temperature is 103. And she said, well, you don't sound like you're 103. And I said, and I was being serious, not snarky. I said, I can take a video and show you. Like, how else do you, what do you want? Do I have to call like this? And I'm so sick. No, I do my normal voice that I do on a phone call with somebody like this. And I hung up and I was so upset. I called my nurse and they said go. Now, my white count was 0.5. Now, if you know anything about medical, that is bad. So bad, I couldn't even have flowers or fruit or anything in my room because anything could have caused me to go into septic shock, an anaphylactic shock, because my body wouldn't have been able to fight any kind of an allergy that I could have had. And my blood pressure when I went in was 60/40. It was bad. If I would have waited, the doctor said there at the hospital, if I would have waited, I could have died. I went back to the doctor's office and he said, which I suspected this, he said, I never talked to her. The fact that when she got off the phone and had an answer in 30 seconds was like, he would have had to be right next to her for her to get off the phone, talk to him, and get right back on. I don't believe she ever talked to him. And I do believe that. Since then, I only deal with one nurse. And she's amazing. And she does, she's helped me a lot. The only bad thing that happened was when she said basically like that the wound being put on wrong was not the reason for the infection when it was. And I absolutely believe that. And so do all my nurses. And my nurses have said, like, this is negligent. This is not, oops. It's not an oops, I'm sorry, let's fix it. This is like more than once that it's happened. And it's ridiculous. This started, my very first surgery was in November of 2020. And that was my surgery I had with the the orthopedic surgeon. His name was Dr. Bones. And then I went to the oncologist, but and he did the surgery on January 8th of 21. So that's how long it's been. And in that time frame, I've been septic 16 times. 16 times. It is insane. I mean, the nurses are like, you basically have a record for being septic this many times. It's like it doesn't make sense. If something is, and all I get is, and he said this, and I get it to a point, but he looked at me and he's like, you are so frustrating. And then he goes, not you, your situation. You don't say, I mean, I know it's frustrating. Trust me, I'm frustrated. I'm extremely frustrated with it all. Because it doesn't even just affect me, it affects so many, there's ripples to this, it's not just my life that this is affected, it's affected my husband's, where he basically, has to drive the kids everywhere. Because I can't drive very far if I can drive. And they made meals. Maddie's become an amazing cook, so that's one good thing. She really has found something she's truly amazing at. But it's not her responsibility to make dinner for us every night. She's 13, but she likes to do it, so but it affects her a lot in the ways of like, I can't do things that I would do normally, going on a walk, going to the store, just normal things that you do with your kids. And it's been, she'll be 14 this year. So I turned 39 on the 16th. She turns 14 on the 21st. And so, we're looking at 12 years old when this happened. Or 11 and a half, I guess. I don't know. You're the math teacher. Um, and that's like a good portion of her life that is affected. Alex too. I pay him not very much, but to take Lincoln out, because when we got Lincoln, he didn't want another dog. So our agreement was that he wouldn't have to take care of him. I would do that. But then this happened, and I can't take him out sometimes. So we pay him to do it, because otherwise I just feel like it's not fair, because I told him when we got him, like, you won't have to have more responsibility for him, Um, but so it affects everybody. And so I have appreciated all of you guys listening and being there. So many of you guys have been there, like, the whole time. And I know I've said this before. I feel it. It feels like, I always say it's like having somebody virtually there to hold your hand when, you're going through it. And my mom has been amazing, but she right now has some major back thing that has come up and has very little tissue between her L3, 4, and 5, and can't even stand up straight right now. So she's looking at a pretty major surgery, which I've never seen her in pain. So it's been difficult to see her that way. And then she feels bad because she feels bad she can't take care of me. And, so, and then financially, like, it's just destroyed our finances, completely destroyed our finances. Because you're talking all this time in the hospital, and your insurance only pays so much, and tests and this and that. And so as I was saying, like, I'm not somebody that sues somebody. I didn't even sue the doctor that when I had my gallbladder taken out, they left gauze in my stomach. I didn't even sue him. But that was a 4-month ordeal. This is a lot longer, and I do just want it to be over, but I can't just let it go this time.
Nope.
So I have to, I have to do something, and I have to be more assertive and annoying with, why did the MRI take 3 months to get scheduled? So this week,
you've got to be assertive for yourself. You
right.
have to stand. You have to be assertive, and you have to be there. Like,
right.
You almost have to be a hospital Karen, because they'll pay attention.
Right. And the other thing that's really been, that's a really, geez, Lincoln. It's what he gets for licking a bed with hair on it. I don't know if you heard him, but he's like, ah. What was I saying?
That you've got to be more assertive, and
yeah, there was that. There was something else I was gonna say, but
and then there was something.
Crap, what was it? Oh, and the other thing that, like, I know you understand, that affects my daily life is my teeth. It is not just a cosmetic thing. It is not just embarrassment. Shoot, I wear a mask still because I'm told to by my doctors, because my immune system. but I also wear it because it hides my teeth. And was told by both doctors that doing my teeth at the same time as this could cause them not to heal right, because my body can't even seem to handle a cold. I mean, both times I got sick, I ended up in the hospital. When I got COVID and everybody else had like a bad cold with it, I had pneumonia and on oxygen. So having to wait to do that and looking like it does, I mean, this tooth has absolutely no white part to it, but it's still, the inside is there. So they look like they're dirty all the time, even though I brush them all the time. My dentist actually told me that I needed to get a soft toothbrush and only brush them once a day and rinse with salt, water, and peroxide, because every time I brush my teeth, I have pieces that are just falling off and it hurts. Like, I mean, it can be a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 in pain. It's horrible. And that's due to something called Sjogren's disease that I have, which it's hard to tell, but like my mouth, like it gets like cottony all the time if I'm not drinking consistently. And so that's something that I've been wanting to get taken care of. But then all this happened, and that's going to be super expensive. So it's been a lot of just crap. But this week was probably, Lincoln, would you quit? Hey, stop. Hey, I'm gonna throw my pen at you. Yeah, you best stop it. He's still getting over when he ate a chicken bone. He's allergic to chicken, so anyway. This week was probably the worst, because when I had an appointment with the plastic surgeon. The one I saw last time is on maternity leave, which I knew I was going to have to meet this new doctor. I was told, so when we went in, it basically was a repeat of my last appointment. And it like literally broke my heart, because that's fine. Because it was like, do you need to say something? Okay, I think she's doing something. When I went in, it was the same stuff that the other doctor had told us. Do you need to say something?
I may have to get off here. Off here. Wayne
You're fine.
is calling me. Are you
Okay.
sure?
Yep,
I don't want
I'm
to.
fine.
I told him I can wait.
No, it's all right. I'm almost done anyway. You're good.
You sure?
I promise. You're fine. You're good.
Okay.
I got it.
I love you, hon.
I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Yep. So when I went in on Monday, I figured that my heart was set on a surgery date that I was going to be coming home with, and that I know it's a 12-week recovery. So I figured, I would be able to like swim in the pool, rehab in the pool, go camping, hopefully, because I wouldn't have to have the wound back on anymore and all that stuff. But she said that because of the doctor doing the surgery wrong, which I had told him not once, but 3 times, that the other doctor wanted all the scar tissue and all the abnormal tissue out. And he said he disagreed with that. So now I have to have that again, because he didn't listen to me when I said call her and ask her and make sure. Because what he did 2 weeks after what he did, it was exactly the same as it was before he did that surgery. And so she wanted me to see my primary again to get okayed for that surgery. because of having COVID, which I didn't really have any symptoms, but they want to make sure my oxygen, my lungs, and my heart and everything can take it. So, I see them on Monday, and Maddie and Seth and has a cold, and I'm praying that if I get it, it doesn't go to my lungs so that they don't think my lungs can't handle it. I know I'd have to wait till my cold's better to have the surgery, but I don't want to get like denied, But so I had to have this surgery, which is it's about that big of tissue that they'll be taking out, and about 3 inches deep. And I will have to have the wound vac for a while, to make sure that all the tissue is healthy, because she's also scared the cancer could be back in some of the skin, and that's why it's not healing. And my other doctor had told me that they had done a test with that, but there was no record of that test. And so we have to do that. And then after all of that, then I go see her again and schedule the surgery. And then it's 12 weeks past that would be when I'm recovered. So it's a long time. And so I was pretty upset when I got home because I was hoping to come home with a date for the surgery, even though it's a scary thing to know that like you're going to be under for 8 hours and that I have to stay in the hospital for I don't know how long, but for a little while, and that it's a 12-week recovery, which means it's painful, which means I have to go on pain medicine, which I'm not going to go into that right now, but I don't like doing. I can do it if I have to, and they already told me I did. But with all that, I still wanted to do it because I wanted this to be done and move on with my life and have a life. And more than just this. I'm going to miss my nurses, though, because I've seen them 3 times a week now for 2.5 years, which is a long time. And we have a friend, we're friends now. They come do my care, but we talk and we're just, it's like a friend coming over to take care of you. But one of the hardest parts, I think, for me, I don't know, it's hard to say which one, exactly, but feeling disappointing people. I don't know why I wore my glasses. Probably so I could see. But yeah, that's probably the hardest. Thank you, Debbie. And I know that, but I still feel like I don't know. I feel like because my YouTube channel I used to do so much, and now it's just like lives, if that, and my shop, used to be so much better. And I'm not gonna close it because I need it for one thing. I need it for 2 reasons, for money, but I also need it because it helps. It helps me, like, it gives me something to do. But if I'm sick or something happens, then if things are late, I just feel like a failure. And everybody's been really supportive, and I haven't had. I mean, I've had a couple of people get upset, which is rightful, but it's it's just hard to. I felt like it was, doing really well and successful with it, and then it just, it's not, I don't know, I don't feel like it is what it was, and I don't like that. So, all those things are just, and then, I know you all know the money issues, like, that's just a constant thing on my mind, and I appreciate everybody so much that has donated to the GoFundMe, because it does. I would never want to ask for help, and so when Brandy and Jenny and then Grace did that live, it was really amazing because I didn't have to worry where rent was coming from. That and so I appreciate all of that so much, and I hope you guys know that. But I try really hard to tell you guys what's going on, and I also try to not only talk about it, because I feel like I'm more than just that. I'm more than just somebody who's sick all the time. And I also don't want to be that person who's you don't want to hear about because everything's negative and stuff. And I'm not a negative person, so luckily, even when something's happening, I can typically spin it to something positive will come out of it. And Seth losing his job. He'll be done in June. He's been there since he was 18. So that's a huge thing that, for him and for us. So and I am reading your guys' comments. It's just I mean, it's hard to read them out loud and then respond to everything, but I am reading them, and I hope you guys know that. But anyway, I do try to tell you guys everything going on. I know everybody asks about it, so I try to, keep it brief and everything, but I felt like I finally, needed to just really tell you everything about it and talk about everything. And show you that, because there are some people who were almost they felt bad because they couldn't be positive all the time. And I'm I don't want to portray somebody that is always positive, because I'm not. I have my days, I have my moments. I lose my patience faster than I ever did before with the kids. And so there's a lot that's, it's not seen. And I really try to keep it positive and not, I very rarely get upset about it more than just, here or there little things. But this week, after finding out that I have to start over, basically, because he wouldn't listen to me,
is really, really upsetting. And yeah, when I came home, you know how guys are. So I told Seth, and he's trying to play devil's advocate and make me think of it better. And I just got really mad, which I don't usually do, and I just kind of walked off. And I went in the bathroom, and I was just crying, and then I came out after a little while, and you know, he came in and apologized, and knew, you know, he's like, that's not what you needed, and I'm sorry, and so that was nice. But yeah, I guess I felt like I just needed to let you guys know everything that's happening, and I'm still gonna be here. I'm not going anywhere. And I do want to, you know, I do have a lot of not appointments. I do have a lot of like ideas for things that I hope I can get out, and because I really do miss making videos. Sometimes it's just like I don't have the energy to do it. Lincoln, hey, would you quit biting your leg like it's a chicken? Hey, stop it. Yeah. And once I'm better, there will be probably a second Etsy shop about with dog treats that me and Maddie are gonna do, because I can do really fancy like cookies and with chocolate, but I would obviously not use chocolate. I would use something else that dogs really like, and so that's gonna be happening later once I can actually handle doing it, which I'm really excited for. So I'm trying to look, you know, towards the future and things that are gonna be good, and you know, trying to remember the verse all the time that God uses everything for our good. So, you know, who knows, 5 years down the road, maybe this is gonna be something that changes somebody else's life. I don't know. But all of that basically is what's going on. So thank you guys for listening to me blubber on and seeing my snot-filled face. I do appreciate it, because I do have a really hard time crying in front of anybody, even my family. I usually, like I said, when I was upset with Seth, I went into the bathroom, and when I get upset, that's what I do. I go to the bathroom and I lock the door, and I get it out, I wash my face, and I come out and I'm over it. I have a hard time talking to anybody or crying in front of anybody, so this was really hard. But I did feel like it needed to be said. I have I've had quite a few people ask me about the whole story, like what happens, and it's a lot to answer, you know, that on even a weekly basis sometimes. So there is going to be a video that I am working on, but it's a hard one to do, so but it'll be out, and it'll just basically be talking about the journey from start till now. And so yeah, we'll see what that happens. So, but I love all of you guys, and I appreciate all of you guys. And I know Brandy's not here anymore, but that girl has such a big heart, and she's so helpful to me. She listens to me. We really don't have any TMI between each other, you know, with things, and it's nice to have somebody that I know is never going to judge me. So, and I appreciate her coming on tonight, because I knew that it was going to be hard, and I didn't know how I would be able to handle it, because like I said, crying in front of people is really uncomfortable for me. So I was like, yeah, just in case I actually need to like step away or, do something, then she offered to come on and help me. And it's a Hannahthon, and so I'm really glad to be a part of it. And I promise you guys, when I am better, the Hannahthon is going to be a whole different event. Right now, we continue to do it because I want to continue to do it. I love her. I love her stuff. But there's definitely not as much happening with it, than there would be if I could do more. Because I have a lot of fun ideas, but it's just too much to do all right now. And so stick with us. If you're a Hannahthon lover, like just bear with us, and hopefully by October, we've said this before, so knock on wood, but hopefully by October, things will be better and we can, do more and have a lot of fun. And so, yeah, those of you, by the way, there was a couple of people who I have canvases for that are supposed to go out. Somebody won something on my channel. I can't remember what it was for or what, because it's not a Hannah Lynn one, but my printer broke, and so it's hard because I can't go to the post office, and so I'm going to go to I'm gonna have to go to my grandma's to print out the shipping things so that I can get those out. So if you did win a canvas in the last month or so, and if I offered you a canvas, which there was a couple people, I didn't forget about you guys. So don't worry. And anytime, the other day I got a message from somebody, and I'm not gonna bring up their name, but they were like, "Oh, I never got it from the last one," and I was so embarrassed because I didn't know that they hadn't got it. I totally thought it was taken care of, and it was not me or Brandy, like it wasn't one or the other. And so I was like, why did you wait so long? And they're like, well, you've been sick and had a lot going on. But honestly, I'd prefer if you guys, if you win something and you don't get it from me, or you don't hear from me about it or something, please message me. I would so much rather you message me. Even if I'm in the friggin' hospital, I'd rather you message me so that I know, because I had no idea. I had no idea that it was lost out there wherever. I had the USPS sometimes are not my favorite people to work with, but I know they're understaffed and blah blah blah. But I've been waiting on Snap was supposed to be my sneak peek on Tuesday. It was supposed to get out. I still haven't seen it. It's still not here. It says on the way. It went from delivering today on Tuesday is what it said to on the way. So be watching for that one though when I do get it. And the other one, Hannah, excuse me, her the springtime, I believe is what it's called, or spring delight. Spring Delight is the unboxing of that one will be tomorrow. So because I unboxed it a while ago, but I didn't get it up online. So yeah, I'm excited to continue working on this one. I'm not kidding you guys when I say this, and this on a happy note, those drills, there are some tags or warts, or I don't know what people call them on there, the little, if they're not perfectly square and there's a little piece on them. Everybody, it calls it differently. There are some of those, but there's enough drills that you can get around those. And the other drills are so perfect, you guys. I'm not kidding. I don't think I can. I don't know if I can show it. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Because it's so perfect. I'm going to see if I can show you. Hold on. Okay. Oops. Hold on. I was gonna see if I could turn the camera, but hold on. Settings. Hold on. Camera. Go the other way, so it would be that one. Okay. I know the lighting isn't perfect, but like, okay, look at the blue. Look at how perfect, you guys, these are. I mean, like, I am just, they're so perfect together. It's amazing. And the colors are so, I know, like I said, the lighting in here sucks. So I only have one light in here and it's behind me. But like, it's just the colors are so vibrant. They're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous colors. So if this is one that you want, I would say get it soon because last I heard it's not sold out yet. But when it is, like, I don't know when it'll be back, but yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I love the little freckles on her face. And this is what I was talking about the quad, the pearl quad that I got from Tima. Lincoln making a bed behind me. And then this is like the middle of that flower. So you could like do all these fun little things. As you can see, these aren't the jellies like we were talking about. I was telling you, they're just plain ABs. You know, my camera is this using StreamYard. You can't zoom or do anything fun, but you can tell those are just plain ABs and everything. And the clouds are just like giant, just big giant ABs. And then over here, under, this is what I'm going to work on tonight, which is the tree, which I can't wait. It's the cherry blossom tree. So anyways, okay, let me see here real quick. Go back. Alrighty. Okay. So now that we had our cry session, or I had my cry session, Brandy, I think, did a little bit too there, because she's just as frustrated as I am, but thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for understanding, you know, what's going on and why things aren't always, you know, the way it used to be. All of you guys that have donated, or even just shared the GoFundMe, thank you, because it really, really helps more than you guys know. Because we now also have a Lincoln build, possibly with his leg, if it doesn't get better. He tore, I can't remember what it's called, but similar to like an ACL in a human. There's a partial tear, and the vet said that hopefully it'll heal, and if not, then it's surgery or something, and it's expensive. So prayers and pass it along, because trust me, I know you guys, like, finances are tough for everybody right now. So just even passing that along is super helpful. And I am very eternally grateful. There's also the Cash App that some people have used, whichever, you know, I don't want to be on here being like, oh, money, money, money. Just want to reiterate what's already kind of gone on. So, and there is going to be another auction, or just selling things because I need to. So I have a lot of paintings that are going to be sold. So if there's something that you're looking for that's maybe not in right now or not coming back, and you have a list of things, message me. I'll let you know if I have it, and maybe we can work, you know, we can work it out. So anyways, I love you kids. I'm gonna go because Alex is home and this is his bedroom. Lincoln, sit. But yeah, don't forget, you guys, and I know me, I am too, braver than we believe, stronger than we seem. We are smarter than we think, and we're definitely loved more than we know. With that, love you guys. Bye. Now I gotta figure out how to get out of here.
What are you doing?
There we go. End broadcast.